Shamelessadventures.com. If you want to listen to two people who have no idea what they're talking about stammer through the lifestyle, then congratulations, you're already here.
Yeah, we're the ones for you.
It's just awkward silence.
Another shameless adventure.
All right, I can't. Happy Columbus Day, motherfuckers. It's time for episode 9.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
Shameless Adventures.
Episode 9. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I tried to say it all sexy. How did it work?
It worked out great. Super sexy.
I try.
You bring it every time. Hi.
Hi. Don't touch me. So we had a good weekend.
Fuck yeah.
I had a good one. I don't know if you had a good one.
I think you were there. I was having a great weekend.
I think I was there,
A couple times I looked over. You were there. Smiling.
I was smiling.
Yeah.
There was lots of smiling and
That's
good.
A lot of laughing. We had a great time. So we, as we may have mentioned in the last podcast, what did we do? We drove down to Maryland.
What did we do?
I
we
always
did.
forget.
We
You have to
road
remind
trip.
me.
We road trip to the booty.
Road trip to the booty.
3
hours.
Right. We drove 3 hours to Baltimore, Maryland.
Because we're fucking dedicated
Well,
to the
yeah.
party.
I'm dedicated to when I want to look for some strange.
Yep.
I'll make you drive.
Yep. And we love to check out new clubs and
Right.
meet new people.
I'm always down to meet new people.
They are sexy people everywhere you go.
No, I'm impressed with the further out we go, where I almost feel like the swing vibe wouldn't be so strong, but they are. Like it's
hardcore. It seems like the further you get away from like big cities,
yes,
the crazier people get.
They're pent up.
But we went to a club just outside of Baltimore, so that doesn't really apply here. It's pretty urban,
right?
And it was pretty damn cool. So we drove down 3 hours, and tell them we made excellent hotel reservations, and I say that with extreme sarcasm. So we found a place that was right around the corner.
It's not my fault.
It's not. It's no one's fault. We found a place right around the corner from the club.
Right.
And we were like, fuck it. It's right there. It's fine. It's close. And we booked it. And then when we got there and we met our friends there, we were like, we might want to
reconsider.
Well, we said, hey, can we take a look at one of the rooms?
He was very accommodating.
Yeah. So needless to say,
yes.
We didn't stay there. It just didn't really.
It wasn't conducive to the vibe that we wanted to establish that weekend.
It was 2-star. It was like a motel.
It was right. That's the word.
So we last minute booked a room in Baltimore, which we were thinking, oh shit, now it's going to be like a $100 cab ride.
Right, because we were a good 10, 12 miles away from the club at this point.
So anyway, long story short, we got a good hotel downtown.
We did.
Chilled with our friends, got ready. And
shout out to the Embassy Suites.
Hell yeah. Last minute booking. And then we took an Uber to the club.
Fucking love.
It was super cheap.
Uber.
Yeah, super cheap car to the club. So if you're going to go to the club or if you're anywhere near Baltimore, it's real easy access to the club.
And an affordable Uber car ride if you don't want to drink and drive.
Yeah, we definitely didn't want to drive.
We should say that there is adequate parking in this particular club, which we didn't even mention the name of it.
We went to Tabu Social Club. I think
yes,
that's
we
the
did
official name, right?
In Catonsville, Maryland. But so there is adequate parking, plenty of parking actually.
Yep, easy to find.
If you're anything like Chris and I, we want to drink and we don't want to drive and we don't want our fun night ruined by a DWI or some kind of an accident, heaven forbid.
Or just
right, or it's
lost
just
trying to find the damn car.
So we are fans of taking cabs to when we party and when we go to a club, and Uber is fantastic.
Yeah, we never drink and drive.
Cheap and perfect.
We get to the club. What did it cost us?
To get in? Or are you talking about an Uber?
Oh, to get in.
The admission fee is $80 into Tabu Social Club, and that's if you're a member. If you're not a member, then you have to buy a membership, and they have it in multiple stages, like a 3-month,
we bought
a 6-month, and a 1 year.
For $20.
Right.
So $100, which was okay. It's a little on the high end.
It's a little on the high end.
Yeah, it was okay. Considering you have to be a member, that
right.
It's pretty typical. First time you're going to a club is a little bit of that whole extra membership.
Right. It seems to be the average. $80 seems to be
sort
a
of
flat
average.
rate.
Yeah.
Average.
We were talking about it on the way back. 60 is starting to be a little bit more closer to the average these days because people know not everybody wants to spend, hundreds of dollars just for one weekend.
Especially if a lot of people are already making a weekend out of it and getting a hotel room and going to dinner and investing in, because a BYOB means you have to bring your own bottles, bring your own whatever you want.
Which is still cheaper. I mean, I prefer it. So anyway,
I'm a
it's
fan of
BYOB. We paid our $100. We got our membership card,
Yes.
which has like a number on it. And at Tabu, the number is more relevant than anywhere else that I've been anywhere.
It is your personal ID that you have
Right.
to carry with you everywhere.
Put it on the bottles,
Mm-hmm.
and they tell you this. So when we pay, they give a pretty good intro of what to expect. They highlighted about the number, how you put it on the bottle, and you also use it to book private rooms downstairs. We'll talk about more about that later.
Yeah, we'll go into that.
But the one cool thing was the membership for the club is like the woman, it's her membership. And so Michele has a membership to Tabu Social Club now.
And I can take whoever I want.
And I'm on the membership, but if I piss her off or like we break up or I'm like
he can come
being
off.
a pervert,
Right, but
she
I
can
can't.
like pull me off the membership. Because that means once I'm a member, I guess I can go by myself.
He
too.
can go. He can use this card alone. He can go.
Right.
But
On the nights they have
right.
men, which I don't know.
I feel like they have single men all the
Do
time.
they? Anyway, we should probably know that,
But I thought it was just very empowering to give some of the control back to the ladies.
it was cool.
They won me over in that instance.
Yeah, it was a
that
cool little thing. They explain it to you. They highlight it because it's cool.
relevant and in some cases
It's
where there
sex
could
positive.
where there could
I
already
think
be
so, anyway.
maybe some underlying insecurities where women are concerned. If you've never been to any kind of a club before, it sort of gives you some of your power back to know that, you know what, this is your club, this is your VIP pass, this is your membership, and you can take whoever you want.
You're in
whether he's
charge.
there or not doesn't matter.
And for the most part,
You're
that
the
should
star.
be the case.
And
Women,
it was pretty impressive.
women should be in charge
I was impressed.
of certain things, certainly sex and that sort of thing, because goddamn, they're so picky. But anyway, we had a great time. So,
well, let's just say this.
Yeah.
It was a hollow swing. So it was, even though Halloween is on a Saturday this year, so they are going to have another Halloween party. This was like their pre-Halloween party. And I really didn't think anybody was going to dress in costume. And let me tell you something. Motherfuckers
Everybody.
in Maryland turned up at this club. Everyone had a costume on.
yeah, we had a cute costume, and we were like, oh, maybe we'll win the 3 nights to desire.
Because we've gone to clubs before where nobody's in costume.
Right. So we wanted to at least. I hate costumes, but Michele said, "You're doing it anyway, motherfucker."
Yes.
Because I want 3 nights to desire. So since we didn't win, we'll try to figure out how I'm going to make that happen for her. But everybody had good costumes.
Good.
And
like,
we knew right away.
Well thought out.
As soon as we walked in the door, I said, "We ain't winning shit."
No,
Because
I mean,
face paint, fucking shit wrapped around them. People had some, and I don't love costumes, but they were all pretty good. They were well done. People were having a great time.
everybody had a costume on, and the
Yeah.
club was decorated beautifully. And there was some elements. I'm not going to sit here and say that the club itself was
Wasn't a 10.
10,
Right.
but as far as experiences go, because we've been before to clubs and we're familiar with it,
But
it was
not to
it was no, I'm saying
Yeah.
clubs in general,
Lots of
swing clubs in
Yep,
general.
Lots of clubs.
This was right up there with.
It's in my top 5.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
in my
East
top
Coast.
5. Yeah,
I mean, there's not that many, but yeah, we've been to maybe 8 or 10 or so. But it's
it's pretty good.
it's up there.
The best way I can explain it is because we were talking about it before we started to podcast about their security. And although I didn't see security, it was not lacking. It was there. But what it is once you come in, you're in.
Right. No,
You have to get buzzed in.
Right.
It's not just random in and out. No one's just walking around.
Right.
No one's out front because they have a
Right.
smoking section within the club. So there's nobody standing outside smoking and talking and drawing attention to the place, which I'm pretty sure was
It's
purposeful. And
probably essential to maintain.
the club itself was
lifestyle
very
club.
clean.
It was.
All of the
Even the
facilities.
bathrooms you mentioned.
Oh, I said
even
it.
like at 1 a.m, the bathrooms still
Right.
looked good.
Listen, ladies, I can't be the only person to say this, but when you go to a swing club bathroom at 1, 2 in the morning, when everyone's just been drunk and ruining it, because ladies sometimes when they're drunk are a little sloppy. This was at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. It looked like they had just cleaned it, but it was obviously used. There were some towels on the floor, but for the most part, everybody took care of the place, and that really impressed me. It spoke volumes about management.
Yeah, I think you touched on that. I felt like a pride of membership for all the people there.
Yeah.
Like everyone was kind of one of the cool things. Like the bar got really crowded at one point. When you first walk in, there's like a main bar typical looking bar,
Mm-hmm.
and to the right is like the rest of the upstairs, and the upstairs is like a big lounge area with some couches that leads to a dance floor in the back that's 2 steps up,
Right.
and there's like a stripper pole on both sides, if I recall.
Yes.
And a lot of seating that's very dark.
It was
but,
very dark.
but it
That's
looked comfortable.
probably-
And then there were lockers on the main floor and some bathrooms, of course, and a tiny smoking area.
Very tiny.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And then beyond the smoking area, you go downstairs into, like the basement area. And the basement area was pretty much all playrooms and more bathrooms.
You can't get down there without your membership card, and no single gentlemen are
They
allowed
never
down
asked
there.
me for the membership card.
Well,
But I don't know. I'm just saying that's probably the rule.
you
but they
can't
didn't
get
ask
a
me.
room without the
Oh,
card.
right. When you reserve the room,
Right.
right. Sorry. So you go past like a little desk, and then there's like a horseshoe sort of shaped area with about 5 or 6 playrooms.
I feel like there was way more than that.
I don't think so. I think it was 6 or 7, including
They were
the group
very
room.
well decorated and cute. They all had a little theme,
Yep.
and there was like a Polynesian room, and there was like an Asian room. There was a bondage room, and a room that we really, I know passenger seat wanted in on the bed with the huge platform that you had to it was like their
right,
space
like it was
room
like
or
a
whatever.
Like a huge
And you had
raised
to
bed.
step up 3 steps to get to it. And
Passenger seat. That's our friend, by the way. You just randomly mentioned.
we have been talking about
Have we?
about passenger seat and sweet tea forever.
So they're our friends who we met in Maryland, who drove up to meet us. So about 5 or 6 rooms. There was one room that had 3 beds in it, so you had to have 6 people to
Yes,
reserve it.
that's like their mini
A
playroom.
couple other theme rooms that you had to you had to reserve it and say, hey, I want this room or whatever, and wait. And then one room in the back that you didn't have to reserve or anything.
Well, it was the group playroom.
Right. 5 beds. It was a little small, but it fit 5 beds, so it was big enough. And the truth is, by the end of the night,
It was full.
it was full of people.
I've never seen a group room in a very long time, not since our Casbar days 7 or 8 years ago, where the group room was full and everyone was in it and
A
committed
couple
and
years
playing.
ago, at PGC, we saw some main area group play.
Maybe a long
Yeah,
time
it's been
ago.
a long
That's
time
what I'm
now
saying. It's been a
Yeah.
really long time.
since we've
This
seen
was it was hot
Yeah.
to watch, and you cannot go into this room unless you're committed to play. You cannot go in to watch. You're going
Right.
to go in, your dick has to come out,
I'm
or
not
you have
sure
to put
anyone
one in
was
your
there
mouth.
enforcing it, but like I said, the people knew the rules. They
Right.
did what they were supposed to, and it was people were well behaved. They did what they were supposed to. Everyone was having a great time.
It was hot.
It was a sexy crowd.
We took
Everyone
full advantage of that.
everyone turned out in costume. People were
Mhm.
dancing. We danced for a while. We had a great time. The DJ was pretty good.
Yeah, I think that I think that there was a lot lost in translation because I couldn't understand anything he was saying because he was holding his mic a little close to his face. But the music was,
I forget his name. I think it was.
well, it was, that's what I remember.
But anyway, the DJ was okay. We danced for
a long time.
So it was,
And
it was-
everyone was very flirty.
yeah, it was good.
Maryland people love to touch you on the dance floor.
Hell yeah.
So it was nice. It was encouraging that there was such a good vibe there.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We really did.
What else? It was BYOB, right? So one thing I wanted to mention, right? So the main bar,
Right.
and 12, 11, 1 in the morning, the bar's crowded. Everyone wants
Yes.
to drink. And I noticed when people would approach the bar, there were 3 or 4 bartenders. So people would kind of approach the bar like a checkout, and they'd form a little line,
Which I thought was cute.
which meant it was way more efficient. At the clubs we go to, everyone just sort of swarms the bar and it's like, hey, over here.
Right.
And it's like stressful to just try to get a goddamn drink. Sure, it's going to take a minute or two.
Right.
But then you got to all right, did I make eye contact? Did he see me? This was very straightforward. Everyone just sort of formed a line in front of a bartender. I was
Good
like,
manners.
I felt like I was checking out at Target.
It was
was-
very orderly, and
I had no problems
it was
getting a
meticulous.
drink.
Yep.
They were very efficient, no bullshit. So I was so happy. I think we kind of killed both our bottles.
Really? You drank all of the booze.
Yeah.
So weird. That never happens
Needless
when
to
we
say,
go out.
I got a little crazy, but
Huh.
we hadn't been out in a while.
Right.
I needed to party. I've been having a
I
stressful
support it.
a stressful time at work. I threw down with the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris got a little crazy.
Fairly well contained though. Fairly well.
Well, we didn't get arrested,
Yes.
so I'm
Zero
pretty.
arrests.
Yeah. If we go out and Chris is not in the back seat of a squad car with his hands cuffed behind his back. It was a successful
There
night.
were a lot of stories about my behavior, and there were a lot of next day jokes. So
I'm really regretful that we didn't podcast at 3 a.m. when we got back to the hotel, because seriously, it would have been podcast gold.
Apparently, I was saying a lot of stuff. I don't remember it. But anyway,
it was we actually shared a hotel room with our friends, which we'd never done before. We're very bitches like their privacy.
A lot of people say, "Hey, we're going to the party. Let's split a room," and we'll be like, "Hey, no." Like good friends, we're just like, we don't do that.
Right.
We don't do that, and our friends are the same way.
Yes.
So we both joked like, if we're still friends at the end of it, like
Well, what had happened was when we pulled up to this hotel that we originally booked, we both agreed that we didn't want to stay here. So we thought nothing of looking within the area to find another hotel.
We thought it'd be fine.
We thought, well, no problem. And we were literally watching the hotels show up on Kayak and Travelocity and Priceline and then disappear as we clicked to accept.
Right,
because we picked obviously some sort of crazy
Baltimore,
football weekend.
And there was a Ravens game.
Yes.
Yep. So the hotel rooms were
selling out in front of our faces.
It could have been worse, but we did find a room at what was it, the Westin or the Doubletree, or where did we stay?
We stayed in the Embassy Suites, and we found a room with like 2 beds.
With 2 queens or whatever. And it was a good sized room, but normally the 4 of us wouldn't share a room with anybody.
We've never. Yeah. This was our first experience with sharing a room. And they're our friends.
Very good friends.
Sweet Tea and Passenger Seat are like our family. They're our family that we have sex with, but whatever. And they're our friends, and so it was an interesting couple of hours.
All it really proved to me is that if we can share a room and still like each other, then we're friends for life. For life, bitches. You can run, but you can't hide.
You can't. Anyway, so it was. We wore costumes and we sucked at taking pictures of said costume. I was dressed as Ace Ventura and
I was fucking Dan Marino.
And Chris was Dan Marino, and I was so excited to go dressed up, and I don't think anybody knew who we were. As a matter of fact, people thought he was just some random Dolphins fan.
I was wearing a Dolphins shirt.
A jersey, yes.
Jersey. And so everyone was like, "Hey, do you really like the Dolphins?" Like 3 times.
Apparently the Dolphins, we know nothing about football.
I was like, what does that even mean? Did they just lose to the Ravens or something? Like I was trying to figure it out because everyone was like, no, really, do you they didn't think it was a costume. They thought I was just like a hardcore Dolphins fan.
It was, we did meet a cute little chick who was also a diehard Miami fan.
She was hot. What were they?
It was Batman something. She was like Harley Quinn, maybe. She was adorable.
Some chick with a hammer. She was hot. She had a big ass hammer.
She was cute.
Yeah.
Lots of cuties in Maryland.
The club was full of sexy people.
It was full. I'm not sure how their regular vibe is every weekend, and I'm not sure if this was an exception because it was a Halloween party. And I have to say, in our swing experience, motherfuckers love to dress up.
Yeah.
Love a themed event.
People love Halloween.
Oh my God, they love it. Swingers love Halloween.
I don't like Halloween at all. And I don't like going to places and trying to figure out, is that chick with all the face paint and that crazy shit in her hair, is she really hot? Or am I like just into cosplay? Like, because
it's weird.
You can't really tell. But I guess it doesn't really matter, but still.
I don't want to make out with Raggedy Ann.
Yeah. So, but the crowd was very sexy. Everywhere I looked, there were sexy people having a great time. So I'm ready to go back.
I'm ready to go back too. And this time, I say we do bottle service.
Oh, yeah. So we didn't have any idea. Oh, so many good things to mention.
I know, right?
So when we first
We're
get
5
there,
years old.
It's kind of typical for a swing club, or you see it sometimes. They say, "Hey, you're new. Let me give you the tour."
They did give us a tour.
Normally I'm like, nah, but so glad they did because the couple that gave us a tour, I won't say their name because I don't know.
I'm not going to say their name.
They were from
cowboys.
The area. There was a cowboy and cowgirl, and they were obviously people that have worked at the club before. They gave us a tour, and they were super cute, super friendly, and
my
it helped.
God, her body was crazy.
Her body was amazing. I got to spend a little bit of time with her later, and
I kept making her go up the stairs ahead. You go first.
So they gave us a tour, and it was good because there was a lot to share. So if you go, definitely get the tour. There's a lot of quick information they'll give you that'll help you for the rest of the night, and it's a little big. The place is a little big. and I have no idea what my point was. Oh, but we found out that the way they do that, they were volunteers.
Right.
They don't work for the club. They volunteer. They do work. They kind of volunteer for a night, and then they get in for free.
The next time they come to party.
Right. So they kind of work for admission. And I'm not sure how I feel about that, but that's pretty cool. We met.
But they're still socializing.
Absolutely.
So it's good to.
And we're friendly. And
yeah.
you know, now that I think about it, they're members of the club. They love the club. They're promoting the club. So it came off very well. It came off.
I would totally do that for Hedo.
Yeah. Yes. Hedo. Give us a call.
I will give tours at Hedo for free trips.
We would be happy to do that.
So yes, I understand. If I'm passionate about something and it's in my area, obviously they're from the area and it's close by.
A lot of people kept saying, we don't work for the club, we just work for tips or we volunteer. I forgot how they said it.
Well, they said it a lot, actually.
Yeah. Well, they were just making sure you knew that you should tip them.
Right. And so what they have is for an extra fee on top of, this is what we were trying to say, but we fell off topic. For an extra fee on top of your admission,
$15, $20.
I think she said $30.
$30.
Yeah.
Okay.
For an extra $30, you get what would be the equivalent of bottle service,
or like VIP.
but
table.
VIP with your own bottle. They
Right.
come with buckets of ice and your mixers and
you
everything.
Sit at your own little table.
And
so it's like reserved seating.
Reserved seating for for a birthday party or for a theme or a group.
Right.
And I thought it was perfection.
Right.
If we had gone with more than 4 people, that would have been the coziest little jump off spot. But you can't have sex.
Right.
Everything's above the waist.
Upstairs, you got to keep your dick in your pants.
Yep. No
And
naughty
your
bits.
titties can come out, but that's it. No blowjobs.
Nope. No pussy
No
out.
play below the waist.
Mm-hmm.
But plenty of places to play downstairs.
Yes.
Big string of couches, several private rooms, the group play area in the back. So there was plenty of places to do it.
There's another issue that I wanted to bring up is that they kind of, when you come down the stairs into the play basement, because that's really what it is, you have to come down the stairs. There's somebody greeting you at the front at a desk, and when you want to play in any of these rooms, you have to kind of reserve them. And I'm like doing the air quotes. You have to reserve them with your Tabu card, and on your Tabu card is a number. It's a 5-digit number, 5 or 6 digit number. And that's your identity. That 5 or 6 digit code it's on your bottles. It is how you reserve a room. You have a 45-minute limit.
Okay, right.
In any of the rooms that you reserve, and then there's like a waiting room couch area,
like a lounge area,
where we watched very old 1970s porn while we waited we were just hanging out. We were resting and talking and flirting with people as they were walking around. And they call out your number. And I think that out of all of the things that if I could, because I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to give my review of a place,
sure.
If I could give a negative comment about the club, that would be it. It was very, I don't know, it felt like people were waiting for their pastrami sandwiches. And they were, every now and then she would yell, 11631. And, and then that meant you had to get up and go to her. And then they would take you to your room, and then that's how you reserved it. And it was like on a dry erase board, so it was a little weird.
PGC in Philly has a similar thing. It's how you book private rooms. But yeah, that was.
But there was nobody.
Few...
There's nobody screaming numbers out.
No, she was a little loud.
It felt like bingo. We kept saying it every time she would yell the number. I'd be like, bingo.
Yeah, but.
So
we had to look hard for things to complain about.
Yeah, I'm just giving my honest. It's my feedback.
Yeah.
If I could change anything about the club, it would be a different. Maybe just call us by our first and our last name. Yeah. And
hey, Michele and Chris,
right,
you
Michele
ready
and
to
Chris,
fuck?
your room is ready.
Yeah.
Take your dick out. So your room's ready.
Right. Something cuter. She was mad.
Right. She seemed a little mad.
Yeah. She might have been having a rough night, but she had a hot little body.
Oh my god,
so
her body was crazy.
I think we let it slide.
I let it slide because I had no interest.
We weren't booking a room. What do we care?
Right. If you know anything about me, you know that Michele prefers to fuck
in the group room.
In the group rooms.
Right.
So I had no intention of going in a private room unless a group was coming with us.
Right.
That would have been a different story.
Yeah.
But we went into the group room, which was, I affectionately nicknamed it the red room because all the lighting is red and the room itself looked red. And that's where we partied.
Yeah, we had a great time.
So yeah, that's my critique is that the numbers is a little weird, and I think that the dance floor is a little precarious.
Yeah, it's
because
raised.
You step
it's like
up
two
to the
steps
dance
up
floor.
on a dance floor, and in costume, and it was a little dark.
It was very
You know,
dark.
but other than that,
Other than that,
yeah,
it was
shit.
two
Nothing
thumbs
to
up.
complain about.
I don't really have. It was so clean, and I felt. Sometimes you go into a swing club, especially one that allows single men, and I'm pretty sure that Tabu does allow some single
Sponsored men, I think. Right?
Sponsored,
couple,
right?
a couple
So
men a night
I
or
think what
whatever.
happens is, for me as a woman, when you're alone, like say you're going to the restroom, in some swing clubs, you feel
It can happen.
you feel a little tentative.
Yeah, sometimes people.
I
would be,
didn't
like,
feel this at
lurking and
all.
just
I
acting a little
felt it was
creepy.
very well lit.
Yep.
I felt it was safe. There was
There was
perfect.
no like weird cliquey attitudes.
No,
Everyone
that was
pretty
the other thing I
cool.
wanted to say. No, we've been to a couple of clubs where there's like regulars, the regulars who go. And yes, there
They
was
got their
that.
spot at the
Yes.
bar. They dance the same way.
There was this.
At midnight. They get on the pole. Whatever.
Right.
It is.
There was a very distinctive vibe that there was people here, obviously, that
Regulars.
were regulars.
Right.
But they were so welcoming and didn't isolate. They were
Right.
a part of the night. I don't know, I guess the closer we go down south, the nicer and more polite everybody is. And everyone was like, no, excuse you. No, you're okay, sweetheart. No, come back. And everybody was very friendly
Yep.
and in a very playful mood.
Yeah. We had a great
Who
time.
knew face paint could be so seductive?
Tabu Social Club.
Yes.
What's the website?
Well, I know their Twitter.
TabuLife.com. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Their Twitter is at Tabu TABU_club.
Okay.
That's their Twitter
Yeah,
page.
the club name is Tabu, TABU. So I wasn't impressed with the website, but I was completely impressed with the club.
Oh.
Yeah.
An IT guy that wasn't impressed with the website. It's weird.
Well, at first I said, keep an open mind. Don't
Right. A
judge it
lot
by
of the web
website.
pages are like that.
That's fine. I'm just saying, if you go to the website, don't think, man, this website looks a little dated. The club is sweet.
No, we had a very good time, and we will definitely be going back. Because it's really not that far of a drive. 3 hours. 3 hours when you know you're going to have a good time.
Well, we like to travel, so
Right.
we like to travel. So
It was a successful night.
indeed. So shout out to Club Tabu. And before the podcast, we were watching Dr. Jess.
I love her.
Periscope.
I can't. I don't think I can properly put into words.
We met Dr. Jess here in New Jersey
2 years ago.
at a SLS exchange party, Swing Lifestyle. They do regional parties.
It was a hotel takeover.
a
We were
hotel,
there the
yep.
whole weekend,
Yep. So,
and she gave a lecture
on
just
something
on
sex.
couples.
Yeah.
It was a couples talk, and
Yeah.
she was so informative and so relatable and so adorable.
Fun and cute and
Yes.
silly and relatable. Yep.
And she talked about her experiences, and I sort of developed a very serious crush on Dr. Jess 2 years ago. And my crush has evolved because now I follow her on Twitter and on Periscope. And currently,
She's
Dr. Jess is in Desire.
In Desire. Yeah.
And she is periscoping the shit out of it.
Which is nice. Last night, before we went to the club, we caught her giving a tour of the grounds.
Of the grounds at night.
Just before dinner time. She was
So
going to dinner,
adorable. Yes.
walking around, showing us. It was dark, but it was so cool, very interactive.
That was actually Saturday night. And then yesterday she did the daytime grounds.
Right. Periscope,
Right.
if you don't know, I only found out about it a couple months ago, is a streaming video app where you can
Watch
do like streaming
things
video.
live,
You can
yes.
you can publish streaming video. Say, hey guys, you could do like a webcast, a video webcast.
Yes.
So, and it's linked to Twitter, so you can promote it and tweet about it real easily. So
You guys should get used to it because we're going to start doing
yeah, we're
it.
gonna start doing it. Jess does a great job. It's very cool.
Right.
It's the visuals you need. And she was given a tour of Desire, and then
And it's
today-
interactive.
Yep.
So you can talk,
Chat
you
with
can
her.
chat with her
Right.
as she's videoing and showing you where she is. She can then answer your questions in real time.
Yep.
And it
was
was
cool.
so cool. And
Yeah.
she is so great to do that while she's there. And
So you can find her on Twitter, and she's at Sex with Dr. Jess. Sex with Dr. Jess. That's her website as well.
yes, so great.
Sex with
I'm
Dr. Jess.
I'm like I said, so deep in like with Dr. Jess.
She's super cute. Very
She's so
informative.
adorable.
And today, though, what was she doing?
Today she interviewed I don't know exactly who the woman was.
We joined a little late. Yeah.
We came in a little late, so I'm thinking she was like, she's obviously staff of Desire.
She probably is like
Maybe like a director of some kind.
Yeah.
And I believe her name was Marta.
Yeah.
And she interviewed her.
A short little Spanish woman.
We almost didn't podcast because we were so transfixed on Marta in her beautiful little white shirt with her little name tag and her cute little hair in a bun.
And her Spanish accent.
Oh my God, disco. I was just like...
That's so cute.
So cute and so adorable.
So
and
Jess was interviewing her and asking her questions about the property.
Right.
And actually comparing it to their sister property, Temptation.
Right.
Which we may have talked a little bit about. Temptation is not clothing optional. But anyway, Desire is clothing optional.
It's topless optional.
Desire is clothing optional. Jess was there and she was talking to Marta and just asking very good questions that people were asking on Periscope,
right.
and other questions to familiarize people with the resort and how it works and how it compares to.
It was just adorable.
Temptation and
right.
Do you have to be naked and where it
right.
was really fun.
They talked about theme nights and they talked about what you need to wear to dinner
and not being naked.
Right.
In the
What's
restaurant.
appropriate, what's not appropriate. They also talked if it was considered a lifestyle resort, and it was just. To me, the most adorable thing, which she talked with her hands. She was like, you either can or you can't. Like, you either swing or you don't swing. Very calm about it, which, is encouraging and sexy to know that they're not going to frown upon it and they're open to whatever you want to do.
Well, the resorts are usually pretty positive. That's their industry. So
right.
It was cool, though. It was cool
nice.
to hear Marta answer sex and clothing optional questions
with her most adorable accent ever. So yeah, I after that interview was over, I was all but packed and getting my passport ready because I need to go see her and hang out with her. That's how cute it was.
Jess goes a couple times a year. I'm not sure when she's leaving, but if she's still there a few more days, I'm sure she'll Periscope again.
Right. So definitely download the app, not just for Dr. Jess, which is do it for Dr. Jess, but do it for us too, to catch little snippets of us and our adventures. And we're going to live stream some stuff. We're even going to live stream our podcast from on occasion, and you guys can talk to us. So Periscope is the app that you need.
Yeah, check it out. Man, good stuff already.
Yeah.
We got a few more things to talk about though. You still got time for me?
I still have. I'm not going anywhere just yet.
Okay, good. Hi.
Hi, babe.
What's up? Word of the week, you ready?
Always when you have some weird shit to throw at me.
When we were talking to Sweet Tea, she told us how she felt about our word of the week when we did the butterfly ball gag, or what was it called? Butterfly gag or something. Mm-hmm. This one's a mouthful as well, but in a different way. It's just a big word.
All right, it
doesn't involve anything inflating in your mouth.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. The word is altocalciphilia.
Altocalciphilia.
Yeah, it's a big fucking word.
Okay.
Altocalciphilia. I think I'm pronouncing it right.
All right.
It's just like a heel fetish.
Really?
Yeah, right?
So
I guess it's an actual...
You don't have any of that.
No. Heels are sexy. How do you feel about high heels on women? I'm not a big fan of them on men, but on women, I think it's very sexy.
Can I just say this? I'm not a fan of high heels.
Yeah.
And when I see a woman in high heels, although at times I can appreciate how much thought went into her little gear and how cute she looks, and if she can walk in 4-inch lucite heels, then go. But somewhere in my brain, because I'm a realist and I'm not comfortable, me personally, I'm not comfortable in high heels.
You just feel bad for her.
I feel bad for her. I'm like, bitch, take your shoes off. I'll rub your feet. Come sit with me. Put your tootsies in my lap. So I'm a fan of no shoes. Do you have a fetish?
I do not have a fetish. I like a woman that's put together, that dresses sexy. It frequently involves shoes. I don't have a foot thing.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I used to go to a lot of strip clubs.
Yeah.
And I'm able to guess the shoe size. And sometimes when I'd get drunk, I would just be like, "You're a size 8." And they'd be like, "Oh my God, how did you know?" But that was the extent of our dialogue.
So you do have a stripper shoe fetish.
So they would think I was like a foot guy, but I was really just an ass man in disguise.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't really care about feet. They don't turn me on at all.
No, I'm not.
Well, let me say this: they can turn me off if your feet aren't well
your
done.
Feet are busted.
It's the summer, you're wearing flip flops and you got
cliffhanger toes.
Yeah, and like corns and yellow crusty shit. Then put some socks on. But I don't have a fetish.
I hit myself in the face. We kind of fuck with our socks on.
I don't.
I
my
fuck with my
on.
socks on.
I mean, maybe at the swing club because I don't want to lose
That's what
shit.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Like when we're in group play, my socks stay on.
I don't.
Unless it's summer.
Yeah, I don't like to take all my clothes off. I mean, I prefer to. But at a swing club, you end up without your pants real easy if you're not careful.
I think my favorite thing in a swing club is my dress hiked up to my waist and no panties on. And then I'm just kind of walking around,
just
pussy
wobbling
out,
around with my
waiting
shoes and my
for some
pants around my ankle.
opportunity. Just waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
So you say you have no fetish.
I have no fetish for feet or
Not
heels.
just about feet.
Or heels. It's sexy, but I'd be just okay if she was barefoot with her toes painted and in her underpants. Would be more preferred.
You said underpants.
Underpants. That is a little. Yeah.
It's cute.
Whatever.
I also like the word panties.
Panties is
panties
good.
and
It's a little
underpants.
better than underpants.
Underpants is cute. I think it's just a cute thing to say.
Yeah, I'll never say it again. Sorry. So that's the word of the day. If you're into heels or just sexy women with high heels, then you've heard of it, or at least you now know what you are.
Yeah, you're an actistophiliac, whatever.
Altocalciphilia.
Oh, there you go.
Some shit like that.
It's cute. It's cute.
Listen, those freaks. It takes every kind out
I don't
there.
think I have a fetish. Well, that's not true.
I like chubby girls.
I do
That's my
like
fetish.
a chubby girl. But I have a kiss fetish.
It's true. You definitely have
Because
a
I can
kiss
come
fetish.
just from somebody kissing me. So I guess I
true.
do have a fetish.
When I'm smart.
Oh my God, I'm a freak.
When I'm smart, I know talk a little dirty and kiss the bitch good, and
what happens though?
And you'll be busting out
Magic
quick.
happens.
When I put the time in, I know how to get there. When I'm not being lazy.
Lazy sex. We don't.
Well,
do
we've been
that.
together a long time. Sometimes
Yeah,
I'm
I
a little
know.
lazy.
Sometimes it's just it's all business. We got shit to do.
Exactly.
Those bowls of cereal aren't going to make themselves. Anyway.
Yeah.
But so, yeah.
So we had an excellent trip on the road. We should do that again.
We are going to go on the road again.
That's
funny that you should say that.
Great idea. When are we going?
Oh, dude, I don't. Oh, the week of
Can we go less distance this time? Because we had nasty traffic on the way home.
Oh my God, it took us 6 hours to get home.
We got just to our exit, which is still about our exit on the turnpike. So it's still about 20 minutes till home.
It took us 3 hours.
It took us 2.5 hours from that exit. Traffic was great. I was flying like 90. We get to the exit, my blinker's on. I'm like, okay,
we're pulling over, getting off.
Get in the lane, and all of a sudden,
ramp, nothing.
Dead stop.
Quarter tank of gas.
We didn't move 5 feet for a half an hour.
I know. It was bad.
Anyway.
It's typical Sunday traffic.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's going to get worse as more people get more cars.
And it's not sexy at all. So
no.
It's not going to stop us from
Do
getting
better
back
planning.
on the road.
Well, because what had happened was normally after we have a weekend somewhere, we wake up on Sunday at checkout and we go for a quick breakfast and then we hit the road. This trip, we went on like a diners, drive-ins, and dives adventures with passenger seat and sweet tea. And we slept late.
Because
we didn't sleep at all. I slept an hour. We weren't finished fucking until 6:30 in the morning, and then I was up when the sun came because we weren't smart enough to close the blinds. So when the sun came fully to greet us, I was up. So probably slept about an hour and a half. Anyway, so then we went
back to our next road trip.
We went to breakfast, is what I'm saying. Normally, and this is my lead in, and so we didn't get to podcast with with passenger seat and sweet tea, and we were mad. It was set up.
It's just stupid.
So during breakfast or brunch, as I would say, I decided to just turn my phone on and record the awesomeness that is the four of us talking about our adventures the night before. And
part of it anyway.
Part of it. So it's about 20 minutes of us just talking and eating, and it's loud. We're obviously in a diner, and it's recorded on a phone without fancy podcast equipment. But do
we have fancy podcast equipment?
Sometimes. I think this is fancy. My pop filter.
It feels fancy.
So yeah. So that is.
So you recorded a conversation.
I recorded a conversation with the four of us.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't get it out.
Long-winded. Nobody cares what you had for breakfast.
Anyway.
So yeah, we did a little ad hoc, shameless conversation.
Yes.
The truth is, we'll be doing more of them.
Yes, but with better equipment.
Better equipment.
It will never be like this again.
Anyway.
So if you want to listen to it.
You'll find it on the SoundCloud.
It'll be on the SoundCloud. Can we post it on
We'll
iTunes
tweet it out.
too?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So it's just a 20-minute convo of our breakfast, and I just wanted to add that on before we moved on to something else.
More shameless conversations to come. So November
11th through the 13th.
What are we going to do?
We're going to Edison, which is way closer. It's like
Hell
202 two exits away on the turnpike as opposed to 60. And it is the Exotica convention, the adult entertainment convention. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, they have
them all over.
Exotica's like probably 4 or 5 of them around the country. I think maybe it started in Chicago. I don't know.
It's in different places every year. I know they were in Vegas this year, and they were in Atlantic City last year, and I think they were in Chicago as well.
Yeah, so November 11th through the 13th, we're going to be there. We're not going to be...
we're not getting a booth.
Yeah, we're not
but
gonna
we're
get a
walking
booth.
around.
We're just going to hang out. We're going to meet some friends there. We're going to party. We're going to look for other sex-positive people in the industry.
I'm going to take some pictures with some slutty bitches.
And yeah, because there's like porn stars and stuff,
everywhere. I want to. If my favorite porn actresses from when I was younger are going to be there, I'm all over that.
Wouldn't they be dead?
Nina Hartley is not dead. She's very much alive.
So
Thank you very much.
If you want to come party with us, we'll be there Friday and Saturday night. Will we?
Yes.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday. And there'll be pre-parties, post-parties, and we'll be throwing down. We'll actually podcast this time that weekend. And we'll hang out and we'll tweet and we'll be all over the gram. Yeah, that's what's up.
I'm excited. I'm like very excited because even though I don't really watch a lot of porn now, like I'm not as devoted to my porn now as I was in my early 20s. In my early 20s, I had like, I was in it. I had some favorites. And I used to work in Midtown Manhattan years and years ago when Midtown was kind of gritty, and my place of business was just outside of a titty bar. And sometimes the titty bars would have adult entertainment stars there.
Of course.
And that's where I met a whole bunch of them and like would have coffee with them. We're going back 24 years. And so I'm hoping that a couple of them will be there, and definitely
your coffee friends.
My coffee and hot dogs. We used to have hot dogs at the cart in the corner.
All right. So we went from talking about.
So that's why I'm really going.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going obviously to experience it because it looks so much fun. But I'm hoping that I get to see some of my porn stars from when I
hope
was
that
younger.
works out for you.
I hope it does too.
I hope so too. So the Exotica convention, that should be fun. How do people find out about Exotica? They probably have a website, right?
They have a Twitter. This is where I should like be paying way more attention to. I should be paying more attention.
You should actually become prepared. This bitch shows up every time without her homework done.
I suck at this. So the Exotica.
Why are you talking over top of me every time?
Welcome to our marriage.
Yeah.
So if you want to follow Exotica on Twitter and get all the deets and the info on the convention, then you need to follow them at EXXXOTICA.
Triple X. Ooh,
Triple X.
That's sneaky.
At Exotica, and you can get all the scoop. So they weren't. I was wrong. I told a lie. They were in Dallas.
Yeah,
they
Dallas,
weren't
Texas.
in Vegas.
So, they're saying November 13th through 15th. We said 11th through 13th.
Oh, we
wrong.
suck. We're just the worst.
It's a good thing we checked the website.
Yeah, November. I would have figured it out. It's the weekend.
We'd have got there early and we've been like, hey, nobody's here. It's like Thursday.
I'm still a little hungover from yesterday, so it is November 13th through the 15th. 2015.
Update your calendar.
In Edison, New Jersey.
Yeah, man.
And we'll be there.
Yeah, there's like a host hotel. You find out about it on the website.
All the information is on their Twitter, which will then also take you to their website is the same, exoticaexpo.com.
Right. So we have a room. So if you want to fuck and you're cute, hit us up. And then we'll be partying all day. Several people remarked last time when you offered sex. So I was like, hey, why not make it a theme?
I'm always offering sex. If you're cute, listen, if you're cute and you can kiss me, I'm going to fuck you.
Yeah. Let's just have some corroboration on your kissing skills, though. Everyone thinks they can kiss.
We have to kiss well.
Yeah.
Kiss good.
Just do,
no butthole kisses.
Do auditions.
I need soft, puffy, sensual lips. And that goes for a man, too. It's not just a chick thing. Because even though I am bi and I do love women, I want a guy to kiss me and kiss me, but good. Please and thank you.
Yeah, please.
Please.
This bitch has been complaining that she can't get a decent guy to kiss her properly.
If somebody kisses
Plenty of cute
me,
guys, but you know.
You kiss me, I come. It's so simple.
Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a good note to leave it on. Kiss her and she comes.
You kiss me and I come.
All right, good deal. So what else do we want to talk about?
I don't know. I have lots.
There's one more important thing.
Can we talk about Kinkley? Is that what we were going to talk about too?
No,
I just wanted
but
to
that's
mention it
important
really
too.
quickly.
Yeah, I forgot.
So we've mentioned Kinkley a lot in the last couple of weeks.
We mentioned it on the last podcast.
Yeah.
Well, that word of the week I stole from Kinkley.
Yeah,
of course.
we still lots of stuff from
Theft.
So Kinkley has a list of the top podcasters.
Top sex bloggers.
Podcasts.
Sex bloggers.
I keep saying podcast.
That's okay. I'll correct
it's
you every time.
blogging, baby. It's blogging. Sex bloggers.
Yep.
And the list has 387 people on it, I think.
Well, who cares how many?
And we're 274, and
which seems very unfair. That seems.
I'm happy that we even made the list.
I think it's because they've just met us.
Yes.
They don't realize how charming we are.
Yes.
And we're hoping
that you
with your
motherfuckers
assistance,
will help out.
We'll climb the rankings and perhaps we'll come closer to the number one sex blog.
I would be happy to break the hundreds.
I'd be happy to break 270. I think we're at 271. One rung at a time.
So what I'm saying is you need to go to kinkly.com. You need to click on the link for their sex blogger.
Yeah. You can just search our name, Shameless Adventures.
And search our name and vote.
We already tweeted out the link, so if you have trouble with the internet and complicated things, you can just follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
And you can just click on the link, and it'll take you right to the page, and you'll just say, vote for these sexy motherfuckers for top sex blog of 2015.
Please.
You can vote for other people. So it's not like, oh my God, I voted for them and I can't vote for anyone else. You can vote several times.
I'm an equal opportunist, but just remember that once you're finished voting for those other motherfuckers, you vote for me too.
Vote for us first and then go explore. There's a lot of good sex blogs on there. So let's not be selfish. This is about a lot of great sex blogs.
So over selfish motherfuckers.
Yeah. So go check that out. And then as soon as you're done with that, listen, I know this is a lot to ask. But when you meet me, you'll understand that I'm just selfish. So after that, I need you to go to iTunes and rate us.
Please.
Listen, this is hard work, people.
But I think what's so encouraging about what's happening lately is that we're developing a little bit of a following of people who are so interactive, by the way, and great. So much fun. We're having so much fun doing this, but without really much effort. We've sort of developed this little bit of following, and even when all we have to do is just post, and
we were lucky to be part of some great communities where we were able to share our links and quickly get some followers.
Social media is amazing.
Yeah, social media has been really cool. So we're appreciative of everyone's support.
Anybody who's ever given us a shout out
or kind words,
so much.
It's very cool, and we're having a lot of fun.
And we're only getting started.
And we just thought it would be really great to climb the rankings of iTunes because we get a lot of new listeners from iTunes. We get a lot.
So the higher our rating, the
more people will know.
The more people who listen, and the more people who listen, the more we podcast, and the more podcasts that we're able, that's more adventures we get to go on, and you get to come with us.
And we're out there helping educate sexy people. So when you finally meet them,
I'm educating nobody.
They're bringing their A game.
I just want to blow you.
Yes, it's true. This is really just a ploy for Michele to get more dicks in her mouth.
Anyway,
my pop filter fell off.
So I guess that's it.
I think that's it. Yeah.
For now.
No more shameless promotion.
Well, unless you want to tell them about the little trip we're planning.
That's exciting.
I think we should just leave it as a teaser for now.
Yeah. So let's just give some vague information. So let's do some keywords. You just one word.
Yes.
What's your one word?
My one word?
Just a single word.
Hedonism.
Okay. My word is October 2016. So that's all we know for now. That's all we're going to say for now.
I will just allude to this, that it's going to be Shameless.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Shameless does Hedo, fall 2016.
Yeah. Hit us up for more information.
Yes, please.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys soon.
Or if you just want to hit us up just because you like my boobs. Yeah. I'm okay with that too.
We look forward to it.
Peace out, bitches. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.